Is that something you can handle, or do you want to, or?
Probably not, but just because I'm a JP, and then it's going to be in JP7 if he tries to kick her out. This is in the Valley, right? In the Upper Valley?
Yeah, Valley, yeah.
It's in Texas though, right?
Yeah, it's in Texas, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Robert's going to pay you or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'll be happy to talk to him. I just would have to figure out what the best way to handle it is. Yeah, but I'll be happy to talk to him, yeah.
Yeah. Can Trey, who does Trey talk to set up?
I can do it.
Okay.
Let me call you back. I've got a meeting starting.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. Let me see what we've got here. 1 second. Let me just take a look at this. New calendar. This is on a pauper's affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's coming up. Okay. Mr. Castillo, okay, you filed an inability to afford payment or cost of, but you filed it in your own name. And Mr. Reedman, you're stating this should be filed by JIT, the actual defendant.
Yes, Your Honor.
I agree. So, Mr. Castillo, what about JIT Rental LLC? Mr. Castillo, can you hear me? You have to unmute.
Can you hear me, sir?
Now I can, yes.
Okay.
Did you hear?
No, I didn't hear your question.
You signed an affidavit in the name of Daniel Castillo, but the defendant here is JIT Rental.
Yes, sir. I'm actually the personal guarantor for JIT Rental. I represent JIT Rental, and I put it my name instead of putting JIT Rental, but I am filing that affidavit for this what's it called for the decision you made on the commercial property that I'm currently in. But I meant to file that for JIT Rental. I put my name on there instead of JIT Rental, sir.
Okay.
But I am a personal guarantor.
Well, the burden shifts to you to show that the JIT is indigent. So what do you have to offer?
I'm sorry, sir?
The burden shifts to you to prove that that the JIT Rental is indigent. So you need to present evidence to show that it's indigent.
Yeah, I don't have any income under JIT Rental at this point, sir. I'm self-employed. I was actually employed under one of the companies that was leasing the property. And what's it called? I currently have unemployment, but I don't have any source of income. Neither does JIT Rental, sir, since we foreclosed on the property. So there's no assets, nothing that I have under JIT rental that I can say that I am currently getting some source of income so that I can pay the appeal bond or post the bond on the decision.
Mr. Reedman, do you have any questions of Mr. Castillo?
I do.
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Castillo, at the last hearing, you indicated that you needed some more time to be able to move out so that you could move the property that was on the premises off of the property, off of
Yes.
the premises. What property were you talking about?
I was talking about a property that is there inside of the current property, which is 1850 Northwestern. Basically trying to move. I don't have money to be able to move completely out of the property. So what I'm trying to do is move most of my commercial equipment and my company's belongings or assets within the same lot. But I like I said, I don't have any income, and it takes a lot of preparation. I'm having to turn on equipment. I'm having to move out a lot of the things that I was using to operate the company, as far as desks, parts, like replacement parts for the equipment, motors, stuff like that. So I'm within the same property.
Does that equipment, you indicated that there was a bank loan? The bank had a lien
Yes,
on
sir.
those? And
Yes, sir, they did.
You indicated that was paid off and it wasn't a problem anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
It wasn't a problem. As a matter of fact, they just gave me the title, like I said, back about 2 weeks ago, and then they just released the lien on the loan just last week on, I believe it was Thursday or Friday, sir. I can't remember right off the back of my head, but I did receive an email.
And so all that equipment, property, whatever it is free and clear at this point, correct?
Now it is, sir. Yes, sir, it is now.
Okay. There's also, I believe, approximately an acre's worth of land that's adjacent to this land. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Who owns that?
That is owned by JIT Rental. As a matter of fact, that is owned by JIT Rental. It is.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor. I believe GIT Rental has assets.
Okay, Mr. Go ahead.
Well, yes, sir. We do. As a matter of fact, now that the lease has been released, I do have that asset. That's correct.
The equipment
was
and
just
the
released.
property.
Yes, sir. That was just released. Like I said, not even a week and a half ago on the equipment, or a week ago on the equipment, and then just about a couple, Thursday, Friday, it's about 3 days that they released the lien on that. So yes, sir, I currently do have those assets.
Okay, anything else?
That's
No,
it.
Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to finding that you're not, that the company is not indigent, and you're going to have to place bond to proceed. Mr. Reedman, we don't have that order in our forms. You want to get that order to me, please?
Sure.
Mr. Hernandez, we have your, Castillo, I'm sorry. Mr. Castillo, we have your email, correct?
Yes, sir, you do.
And Mr. Reedman, do you have Mr. Castillo's email?
I believe he sent me an email at some point.
Mr. Castillo, can you just give him your email just so that we know that everybody has the same one?
Yes, sir. It's going to be Castillo Daniel 75 at yahoo.com. Your Honor.
It's on the offers of, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, if I may, I have been trying to sell some of the equipment from like about maybe beginning of March. Due to the COVID, I haven't been able to sell the equipment. And then I also had the property for sale before I foreclosed. I have a contract that was signed back in February. I gave an extension to the potential buyer back in May. And then in August, the buyer told me that they couldn't buy the property because of COVID. They were in the medical field, they're essential workers. And but I did have, like I said, the loan with the bank, but due to the COVID, sir, I haven't been able to sell any of the equipment, and that's why I do have the assets. But it doesn't mean that I have the liquidity on it, like right now, to be able to pay for the appeal bond. So with that said, I've been trying to sell assets in order for me to be able to get, either some of the debt that I owe paid off, or even try to pay for this appeal bond. So at this moment, I don't have liquidity as easily as I do have the equipment, but I mean, buyers are scarce, especially right now in the time of the pandemic. So I was hoping maybe that the court would consider that as well. If not, I would have not foreclosed on my property back in July, sir.
Mr. Friedman, any response?
No, Your Honor. I mean, the issue is the defendant in this case indigent, and I don't think it is.
Okay. I agree. Mr. Castillo, last week, or when we had the eviction hearing, you were touting that you had these assets and you had the property and that you were going to be able to work something out, but now it's the reverse.
Well, that's correct, sir.
It's the reverse of your argument last week.
That's correct. And that's why I was saying I have the assets, but like I said, I just barely got them, not even less than a week ago. I can't sell something that I have barely obtained in less than a week. I mean, like I said, I've been trying to sell these assets since the beginning of March. Due to the COVID, I had to foreclose. And like I'm saying, I mean, I wish I could sell them overnight, but that's not the current market, especially in commercial real estate or even in commercial equipment, sir.
Okay. Well, again, it was a different argument last week. I find that the corporation is not indigent. Okay, Mr. Friedman, if you just can email me a copy of your proposed order, and then if you can email a copy to Mr. Castillo, we'll get it signed and get it back to you.
I will, Your Honor. One question I have with regard to the order. I'm going to put in it that you find that it's not indigent, need to post an appeal bond. How long does he have to post the appeal bond at this point?
I'm just looking that up. It's 1 second. Give me a chance to look up the statute. I don't recall what the days are. I can find it real fast. I can give you the.
If it's the original, that time's already passed. But I was assuming you were going to give him an extension of some kind.
One second.
It would be Tuesday by 4:30.
Is that the 5 days?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Friedman, does that answer your question?
So we're talking Tuesday, which is 5 days from this hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Tuesday prior to 4:30 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Castillo, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get you both a copy of it once I get it from Mr. Friedman. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.